Hello there, air signs, and welcome to your general reading for the month of August. I can't believe we're going into August, that's insane. I'm going to do a general spread. I will pull an oracle card for each sign, and then in the extended I will look at each sign. I'll look at the main reading a little deeper, and I'll pull some more cards for each individual sign. Information for personal readings and extended readings will be in the drop down box underneath this video. You just click the little arrow and all the information comes up. If I'm talking about masculine and feminine, I am referring to energy rather than physical gender. And energy, if it's talking about people, it can be switched around. You can be in somebody else's place, they can be in theirs, because I can be talking to a cross-watcher. If your sun sign doesn't resonate, as always, feel free to check out your other placements. Hopefully there'll be something for you in at least one of them. So, yeah, not really much more to say. I am going to hop straight in with this reading. This is your overview of events for the month of August. So, air signs, the situation, that was quick. The Eight of Cups. Walking away from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. So what qualifies this as an issue? This could be a need to walk away from something and you're not quite doing it, but we'll see. What qualifies this as an issue? What is the obstacle? The King of Pentacles. So this could be a work situation and you are concerned about the money side of things, hence why you're not taking action. Like, this is your situation, the Eight of Cups, walking away from things. So it's like, this is what is being brought to your attention that you need to do. The King of Pentacles could be a marriage as well, because here I kind of see him as like the married king, the father, the breadwinner, that kind of energy. So what supports this issue? If the King of Pentacles is crossing it, the Seven of Pentacles is supporting it. That could be a return on some kind of long-term investment. How has the past impacted this situation for air signs? The Lovers. What is the present situation with this? The Three of Swords. And what is the future if they follow the guidance? Nine of Wands. Where can air signs find support and assistance with this situation? We've got two, Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Where can air signs find some guidance? The Hermit. Definitely a lot about retreating here and using your intuition and your logic and balancing out. And where can they find balance with this situation? Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is a marriage. This, for me, screams you are having some difficulty in walking away from King of Swords, Pentacles being this husband, father energy. This is kind of him here in this Ten of Pentacles, and this is like the family and stability that you would have built together. And because of this is why you're having difficulty letting go and walking away. You don't want to hurt this person, but you know that it's time to walk away. Now, in the past, this Lover's energy has had an impact on this situation. So it could be that you've met a counterpart. In the present, we have this Three of Swords energy. I feel like this is both you and the person that you're dealing with, this King of Pentacles energy. This is you feeling so heartbroken and conflicted. Maybe not wanting to hurt this person. And the future with this is the Nine of Wands, which the Nine of Wands is being very, very close to a completion. We've got 2 nines here as well. It is... The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. And this is kind of like hanging in there because victory is at hand. You've battled through all these different things. And you're coming close to the end of this difficult cycle. So this indicates that there is still perhaps a little bit more battling through to be done. But until you have done this with this Eight of Cups and balanced that, you can't then move on to the next stage of your journey. What we have here, this is where can you find support and assistance. Now this could be either an air or water sign, you know, a friend or somebody. This could be somebody who is very logical and gives great advice. This could be somebody who is very understanding and empathic, who also understands your situation. But I feel that this is asking you to employ both of these energies for yourself. I feel the Queen of Swords kind of relates to you. This is saying to you, you need to kind of, yes, you need to employ your empathy and emotions because you don't want to hurt this person and sort of create yourself any more karma or anything like that. But you also do need to see, you need to remove your emotions from the situation to some degree in order to be able to remove yourself from it. Because you know you're stuck. You'll stay in this Nine of Wands energy until this particular bit of a cycle is completed. You know, there are often steps and stages to the journeys, and it's like one thing has to be cleared out in order for something else to come in, dotting the T's and crossing the I's, and accepting that sometimes people just grow apart and sometimes we sort of have to release each other in order for both parties to find new happiness. It's like staying in this situation because you don't want to hurt somebody. It's a backwards logic because you're hurting two people by keeping them back from potential happiness. So where can you find guidance? This is why I think this is referring to you as an energy, because this is the Hermit energy, which is about retreating away from everyone and doing this soul searching inside, not having all the answers and just seeing the path in front of you a few steps at a time by lantern light. I've got a terribly tickly throat as well since I started this reading. There's definitely a need to speak up about something. This is like rest and retreat in order to heal. This is like needing to pull away from this situation. This is why you'd spend a bit of time in this Nine of Wands energy, this Hermit energy, after coming out of this connection, not just rushing straight into a new one. Because, sorry, one second. Okay, that was the door. So where was I? I was talking about this retreating energy, taking the time to heal this wounded warrior, and taking the time to understand the lessons and the situation at hand. This energy is about where can you find balance. Now, this, I feel, is about the way you view family structure. There's an energy here of sort of maybe staying for the kids. For some of you, and I'm going to call this out because this is what I'm being told, some of you, and I'm hearing cop out, sorry to be blunt, but this is what the guides are saying, that some of you will use it because you're afraid of taking that step, that you are kind of clinging to this idea as like a safety net in order to prevent having to do this really hard thing. I'm really sorry, but I've been told to convey the message, so it is what it is. But I mean, no shade, it's understandable. It's a social construct, and there's definitely sort of a twin flame energy here, and this is what sort of twin flames kind of do. They have to go against these social constructs to show that love doesn't follow rules, it isn't conventional. So some of this soul searching and some of this Nine of Wands, you're kind of in this wounded warrior and in this Three of Swords because of the way you're viewing the situation. This is where this kind of call for logic is kind of coming into it somewhat. Now, I've picked up another scenario too, and this is one where this person is, you're bound into this situation because of a King of Pentacles energy that is controlling finances. They're refusing to give you your physical share of anything that you may have built together. You know, like you're struggling to leave this situation because, you know, you maybe met a counterpart and they're saying, well, you've left, so you're not entitled to anything. But, you know, full well you are, as long as the children were provided for, and, you know, this is like anything that's left over after that. You have a right to sort of leave and claim your share. Again, this is where this energy is coming in, to detach emotion and that guilt trip, because this is a controlling behaviour. It could be that this person, you are still in this connection and this person is using that to prevent you from leaving. And you kind of falling into the guilt trip and believing it, you know, but you have a right to happiness. You have a right to leave a situation where you are unhappy. If you're not fully in this connection, they're going to know that. You can feel when somebody is checked out. And as I said before, you know, staying in a connection because you don't want to hurt somebody is backwards logic, because it's preventing them from finding somebody who is in that energy, you know, that will commit to them fully. It's keeping them back from finding their, you know, potential counterpart. So yeah, those are the scenarios kind of coming through. This balance here with this is like your viewpoint on it and the way you kind of maybe being sort of manipulated. For those of you that are in this situation, you know, some of you may be being told that, you know, and you feel like you can't get out because you've got no sort of financial background, but that's where this is like, but you do have a right to harvest to reap what was invested together and claim your portion. And this is about your mindset surrounding that and not listening to somebody who's trying to use material things to hold on to you. So this is coming through a lot. There is a lot of financial and emotional manipulation going on from karmic partners at the moment. And a lot of this is where you're actually on, where it's twin flame related, this is where you're on twin flame missions. Not just that, actually, this is like growth. You don't have to be a twin flame to be learning these things and kind of going through, you know, getting this growth. This is about understanding that, it's, you know, it's not being manipulated and claiming your power. You have a right to happiness. Other people's happiness is not your responsibility, as long as you're not going outright and deliberately hurting them, of course. But, you know, you don't owe your happiness to someone else to save their feelings when they would be happier in a different situation anyway. So, yeah, this is about kind of learning these things and looking at how you view this stuff. This is like a growth message for you on an individual level, whether you are with a counterpart or not, for you to understand this stuff. So I'm going to take some oracle cards for each sign, get you some individual messages before I take this into the extended, and then I'm going to look deeper into this, get some more clarifiers, and take some further messages for each sign. So can I have a message for Gemini, please? Yeah, this may be somebody that knew you met somebody else and they're refusing to release like joint equity in order to prevent you from moving forward, that kind of thing. So yeah, when it gets to that point, if somebody's doing that, it's kind of, it can be narcissistic behaviour. So you need to maybe, you know, if that kind of energy is resonating for you, you maybe could do to take a little look into what narcissistic abuse is, particularly financial abuse. Okay, message for Gemini, please. So we have Loyal Heart. This is number 35. So 3, 5, 35, 8 could all be numerological. This is about divine counterparts. We've kind of got this king and this queen here. They're both, you know, these owls, this wise energy. For some of you, we've definitely got twin flame energy. Gemini, the Lovers, twin flame card for me. This could be this could be a twin flame reading, to be perfectly honest. This could be a twin flame message coming out via Gemini. So I may have to record a twin flame reading of its own accord because my message is wanting to come through. But yeah, there's definitely a message here for Gemini. So with this Loyal Heart, it's like fidelity, loyalty and devotion. This could be somebody that had hurt you. This could be somebody that broke your heart and you're having some difficulty walking away from the situation. And this is saying the universe has provided you an opportunity to be able to walk away from this person, to give you some chance to heal, and it will bring you into alignment with somebody who is your counterpart. This could be you. The energies could be reversed here, and it could be you that's holding on to somebody because you don't want them to be free, but you don't realise you're holding yourself back from that situation. I mean, this is definitely saying that there is some deep commitment coming in for you. This is not to necessarily judge yourself on mistakes as well regarding, you know, kind of like fidelity and things like that. If you met a counterpart and you grew apart from your partner and you're kind of trying to keep yourself away from a loving relationship because you feel some sense of guilt and obligation, you know, you maybe need to turn the situation around and look at it from a different perspective with this Hermit. Don't think there's really anything else coming through with that for Gemini. So I'll pop that to one side. Can we have a message for Libra, please? A message for Libra. Wow. Soulmates in this deck is 41. Note how we've got birds coming through a lot here for you air signs as well. So this is 4, 1, 41 and 5 could be synchronicities for you. Soulmates. It's like in this deck, this is a soulmate or twin flame card. This is definitely somebody who you're going toward. It looks as though you're going towards somebody who really is a genuine soulmate. Penguins mate for life. Again, you could be judging yourself on this somewhat. You know, like feeling like you have to stay in this situation and that you're wrong for, you know, kind of meeting somebody else, you're carrying that guilt. So this is where all this soul searching with the Hermit and this, you know, this Three of Swords energy, you're feeling guilty has come from. But the right thing, I'm air bracketing this, the right thing isn't necessarily what, kind of the way you perceive it. You maybe need to take these emotions out and look at this with some logic. This card is about being in harmonious connections, harmonious relationships. And if you aren't in one, you have every right to go towards one that is. This is like a completely deep, unbreakable love. And if you've tried to dismiss that, to stay with another person out of a sense of duty, you're never going to be fully there. So this, you know, this soul searching, this is about sort of pulling away and reassessing how you view yourself and this situation. Okay, so can I get a message for Aquarius, please? To the sea, this is number 7. This card for me has an energy of following your heart. And see on the end of the boat, she's kind of like, there's this weather vane type energy. And she's just kind of following the direction that the sea takes her. You know, like it's kind of like flowing with the universe, being in flow. Recognising patterns and how things fit together. So there must be something in this Hermit energy for you, some epiphany that needs to come. And only by being in your balance with your logic and intuition is that message and that understanding going to come through. This is like flowing with love connections instead of trying to force something to work. can also be about riding waves, like opportunities kind of coming out of nowhere, but you've got to be in tune and in flow to see them coming through. And it's definitely where this sort of Hermit, Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups is definitely sort of this having the emotions in check and being logical, but it's also allowing that empathic flow and not being too over, you know, trusting there are wonders in the universe and not being too over logical. It's understanding that the heart wants what it wants, but at the same time as balancing that with a reasoning to, you know, handle a situation as well as possible. So, okay, I'm going to leave this here for now, and I'm going to take it over into the extended. I'll pull some clarifiers for this reading for any additional messages, and I'm going to take some clarifiers for each of these cards that I pulled for the signs. So if you are coming into the extended, I will see you over there, and if not, the very best of luck with this. Thank you.